For fun, I ended up bringing the Thomas Strawn wallpaper in the hall here, and it's hard to tell from this video, but the paint color is the same as the kind of golden green in this wallpaper. That really looks off. That's not that color. But if this wasn't such a fragile wallpaper, I'd be inclined to give it a try. But it's fragile. Right here is just when I was just carrying it here. But how fun. Well, I'm getting there slowly but surely, but sometimes I just scratch my head when I see projects done. Now look, I guess I should say people are probably gonna scratch their heads when they undo some things that I've done in the past. But in here, whoever did this, whether it was the owner in the past or a wallpaper, they did this right with edging with brown so that the seams wouldn't show, but they didn't do it within the wall. But what they did do is they wallpapered right on pure plaster. Now some of the spots have some paint touch-ups, but most of it is on raw plaster. So I'm guessing they might have had this skim coated and then did a really quick primer before putting up the wallpaper, because this wall here used to be a stairway, a really tiny stairway going up. So I don't know when this wall was put up, but there is only one layer of wallpaper here, unless they skim coated over other wallpaper, which is possible, but almost done. I'm spraying and peeling a little at a time, and I'm taking my time. Should be done soon. But yeah, I mean, to wallpaper on pure plaster, no, you don't do that.
Well, we just took a walk and I coaxed Ben without too much coaxing. He's gonna come in here with me, which is in the eave. I gotta turn on a light here. Remember I brought you in here to show you that this house used to have a dormer? Well, he's gonna pry off that end piece for me just because of curiosity and for no other reason. So I'm curious if there's any evidence of, you know, how large the dormer actually was. Maybe they left us a little time capsule note. Maybe we're just gonna find a mouse nest. Who knows? But I wanted to do it while the weather is cold, just so that we don't have an issue with bees or any other critters. So I figured this will be a safe time to do it. So I just heard him. He went to get a pry bar and a hammer. Unfortunately, this type of product is more like paper, so I'm hoping we don't tear it. We're gonna hopefully pry it off easily. But like I said, I'm curious to see what's here. I'm gonna go in. I'm probably climbing in here and he might not come up right away, and I'll be sitting here for a while. But let me just sit here and turn. So I love seeing some of the old hand-hewn beams here. Oh, here comes Willow. So of course with this 2x4, a lot of this is newer. I don't know if we'll have much light.
Got a flashlight.
Oh, good. Oh, we mean some business.
What do you want to take off?
This end cap, and
Okay.
we got to do it, I think, so that hopefully we don't rip the board, so that it can go back on easy enough.
Okay, you'll be walking spotlight.
Okay.
Just need a light in the scene here.
All right.
Oh, I got a piece of cake. What is this material? Soft fiber.
It's like a paper, yeah. So I just.
What we got?
Oh, looks like somebody already tried to do it right there. Look, you can see a mark right there. Somebody already had their pry bar in there. Maybe the treasures were already taken by somebody. Yep, they're already pry bar marks. Somebody had this idea before me. Oops, my knees are moving. Well, I'm a little bummed out to see that there's already old pry bars. Maybe they took it back off to put a note in. Is it open, or we have more insulation at least?
Mouse poop.
Yay, mouse
That's about it. Ah. Well, you could peek under the insulation, but it's gross.
Yeah, it could. Well, let's see. We have a crowbar.
Don't disturb it, mice, though.
No, there's probably mice in here. Okay, that's it.
That's fine.
What you're hearing are two 50-something-year-olds huffing and puffing because they had to remove a nail and crawl.
Can I have wine?
And what? Wine?
Can I have wine yet?
You can have wine. That's... Well, we only wasted a few minutes in our day. Now my curiosity's no more. Oops. I'm
Can you give
sitting.
me some light?
Yeah, I'm sitting on your pry bar too. Pretty boards that. Hey. Did you hear how he just spoke to me?
Marriage.
Who hurt your little baby feelings?
Who hurt your little baby feelings? This nail's bent too. I think it's gonna work.
Your success.
Ugly success.
Well, my garden cart got pushed aside. Come on, Willa. Oh, the fun I'm gonna have. Bark mulch, pea stone, flowers. Well, we have a very large project ahead of us, so we need our new toy. And just to show you how big this job is and why we need this, we've got the big, huge chainsaw to carry down the road. Let's go give this thing a try. It is slippery ice out. We also needed to take this because it's such a long drive down to this tree. Oh. So I won't be getting out because I'm still a little worse for wear, but let me just see here. Hey, when was the last time? I haven't rolled down a window since I was a teenager, I don't think. So we're trying to save one of our trees. There is some definite vines here choking the tree out, so Ben's gonna cut the vines right at the bottom root. And this little chainsaw that he got me for Christmas is the perfect tool for something like this. I'm gonna go a little slow here. We've got some ice hidden under the snow. It is a beautiful sunny day right now, 11 degrees. It was high 50s last week. We had a big snow squall yesterday. And like I said, 11 degrees right now, and it's supposed to be close to 60 again in a couple days. But right now, Ben is getting the evaporator primed for the first time. The boys bought it for us, and it needs to be heated up once to burn off all the paint. So he's got some firewood here. I'm going to try to use up some of the pine that came down just to, like I said, heat this up. And then next week, hopefully, if the temperatures are right, we'll be starting our first batch of maple syrup. Right, Willow? While we're out here also, I'm suited up like an Eskimo, so I should be able to stay out here for quite a while. But I wanted to show you where I decided to start some gardening this spring. I'm going to be putting the birdhouse that I found right here in the middle of this old stone fence, and then I'm going to put some gardens around it. So this little area, I know we won't be doing construction near it, and nothing's going to change around it. So I can do a lot of work in this circle, which is surrounded by a lot of flowers. I don't know how many yet, but I've seen some in the fall. And that's where I'll do some really pretty gardens to walk down to. I'm going to be starting to watch the sun also. I was going to be putting an herb garden outside of the kitchen, but there is discussion that this building will either, I'm sorry, when I say this building, I mean the garage. This garage might get taller. We're thinking of expanding on it, making it bigger so Ben's office can be upstairs, or we might be putting a new barn there, not sure yet. But if that's the case, anything taller will block a lot of my sun there. So I'll be moving and watching for any area that has a lot of sun for my peonies, my herbs, things like that. Down the back there I have my pile ready to go for a bonfire. And I think today I might even start picking some things up and pulling them in a sled just to bring them over there and start getting myself back outside here. Ben has some snow in the containers here because we can't burn them empty. We were going to put this in the sugar shack, but I have so much inside there right now that we decided to do this outside.
What did I do wrong here?
Remember, this is a learning curve for us.
This handle used to be on that. I don't know what's there.
Let's
Stick good.
Let's pretend this is maple syrup. This is maybe the only maple syrup we'll see. Hey, success. All right, I might be a little excited, but I don't think I'm excited when I found out how long it takes, the process. This girl likes things done quickly. But putting our little gator to use already. I'm gonna have to name her. Somebody's happy to be outside. Once again, the mighty saw came out, using it to cut some of the branches to put inside the evaporator. The clipper's out also for some of the smaller things. I was just exploring really close next to the sugar shack here for the first time. Ben pulled this bucket out probably a couple months ago that was tucked aside. And I see some plants, I don't know what they are, but my thoughts, what I might do here is once I see what these plants are, I'll dig them up, transplant them, and make this a path out to what I'm going to start calling the orchard. If my apple trees die, I'll plant some others, but I do have some other fruit-bearing trees and bushes there. So I just thought this would be a really cute access to it. Maybe put a little archway. But I see that I've got some cleaning to do. There's a pile of brush in here we can pull out. I've got a lot of some bittersweet to cut back. But once this is all open, there'll be about a 3-foot opening. I think that'll be cute. We just cut some very large bittersweet vines off of the lilac trees here. They have been choking them out, I'm guessing, over many years. So once I see what's dead up in the tree here in the spring, we're gonna go up with a large folding ladder, cut out a lot of the dead bittersweet. So like right here, you can see this one wrapping. We just gave it a cut at the bottom, at the ground level. I'm gonna clear this all out so that they have a nice fresh start. I need to decide if I'm going to keep all of this. Let me see, what was this again? I think this is honeysuckle that's wrapped around the lilacs too. It's actually pulled it down. I've got to see what it looks like. It's probably going to smell and look beautiful, but once again, it's been pulling it down over the years. I also cut one of the dead branches that was going completely horizontal through all the lilacs, and I like the look of that now too. Noticed a really cute bird's nest up there. Hopefully it will get lived in again. I can't wait to find out what color lilacs we have here. Definitely 2 different colors, I can tell by the buds. So it could be purple and white, pink and white, pink and purple, who knows? And they have green buds on them already, which excites me. Ben likes to tease me when I make these to-do wish lists for myself. So like right here, I was looking at this chocolate vine that I've never smelled before. I can't wait until it opens, but I'm standing here looking at the amount of all of the hornets' nests up there. And I'm like, okay, just gotta put a stick on a putty knife and I'll be able to scrape those off. I'll have to do that before the season gets active. Oh, and there's some mud wasps here I have to get down. Okay, noted. Note to self. Remove hornets' nests and mud wasp nests. To our property end.
Big honking tree there against the wall. Stumps I can get rid of or cut out.
Oh yeah, this will be fun. Oh, and we gotta figure out that opening too.
It's an access point if I can just grade it a little bit.
Yeah.
Trees here I can clean up a little bit. This tree has to get cut. All those branches. This tree has to get cut. This I can clean up a little bit. Edge of property is right here. I think there's a marker, but we figured it out that day.
Yeah, there's a metal post somewhere. of our property and we're going back to the house now.